could devote just a little bit more work on. First of all, is this analysis part. Okay, so speaking of this, as we spend the past 3 weeks-ish talking about that, we've already, expanded quite a lot on that, and we said that there are two perspectives, from both overall, plus the specific. Right? Everybody's listening. James, you good? Can see you listening? Yeah? Okay. So as we talked about that, the overall plus the specific, in another way to say this is basically the technique itself, plus the contextual, significance. Everybody remember this? Yeah. So that how do you make sure that your analysis is complete? It has a lot to do with whether or not you've selected, first of all, a right piece of information, a right piece of evidence that actually support the claim. Okay. And second of all is that whether you really break it down into the two perspectives that we elaborated and talked about so much already from the past 3 weeks-ish. Okay, so what I've seen here, that analysis is incomplete, So the first problem that I get to see is that only, the first half, has been written, So that's basically meaning like you are giving me a claim, has been made, but there's no further elaboration. Okay, so that interpretation part is lacking. Okay, so that is the part of where some people are having that problem, or at least I've been observing from the work, so that I don't get to see the second half. So you've made a claim. For example, if everybody flip back to page 28 to 29, so look at the second passage from last week's reading. Is everybody there? Yeah, okay. So for example, if you are saying that, that regime, so for example, you are saying that the Reformation, proposal might look fancy, from afar, but the reality is different, and full of misery, correct? If this is the claim that you're making, this is, when you're saying this or when you're making a claim like that, this is actually you, trying to make this into the overall perspective, correct? And that what you really need to do then, which is the lacking second half, is that you want to link it, with your interpretation. But I don't see that part, I don't see like a connection from this or from the later available evidence, and you didn't link it back, to the claim. So there is the second, problem, no link back, between no link back from the evidence to the claim. So the loop is not complete, So as we previously talked about, there should be kind of like a loop thing, where you make this claim, you have your evidence, have your interpretation, and then you had your concluding sentence where everything should be in a circle, But currently what I see most is that either the circle has started, but it didn't get to the finish point, So there wasn't like a wrap up in the end, or that the middle part in terms of that interpretation is lacking. So for those of you who handed in the homework, you would get to see the feedback. It's either you've already got the feedback or you will receive feedback very soon, so that I've noted out, I've put out those different things where I might feel like, there's more that you could add in, or there's more interpretation that could be made, or the interpretation is overall lacking. So I've made very specific notes at different places.